Hey, I was gonna say something real smooth at the beginning.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the TooCoolEffectPodcast. Got another special guest here today. We have in the building. I don't know if you want to be introduced as
SimplyTiffannie.
Simply. Oh, okay.
Yes.
So SimplyTiffannie. Okay. So we'll go with that. I'll present her to you, but I like to let people introduce themselves. And, that way I won't miss out on anything. So if she leaves out anything about who she is and what she does, that'll be on her. So you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, it's my turn. All right.
Yeah.
So I am Tiffany Ramos, but affectionately known as Simply Tiffany. It's my brand. It's who I am.
Okay, tell the people what you do a little bit.
So, oh gosh, what don't I do? I consider myself the lifestyle curator. And so when people hear that, it's like, well, you associate curating with art. And so art is what I do. I'm a creator. I'm in the hospitality and event industry, but my passion is fashion. So to give a nutshell of what it is I do, I'm an event stylist and planner. I specialize in weddings and lifestyle branding. So I do weddings from 2 to 200 and photo shoots for individual brands or for companies collective. So
2 to 200, that's dollars or people?
People.
Okay.
I work with all budgets, preferably over $200. I mean, I love my brides who think they can get champagne drinks on a beer budget, but it ain't happening.
I was gonna say, if you coordinating stuff for $2, I'm finna send everybody.
No, but send them my way anyway. I work with budgets. I just have to give them the reality of what they're gonna get.
Okay. So I like to, since you gave the introduction, I like to go right into questions and everything.
Okay.
So even with that being said, so you consider yourself to be an entrepreneur in that sense?
100%. I am a sole proprietor. I do everything. So from taking the initial inquiries for whatever the event or job is to the contracting, and then I'm on hand, whether I'm decorating or on set, so photo assistant, stylist, whatever it is, I do it all. So definitely consider myself an entrepreneur. The goal is to become full-time.
Okay. So what do you think is easier, a wedding or a photo shoot?
There is no easy job. I mean, there are things, the anomalies of a wedding could be the bride and groom not showing up or vendors being late, but a photo shoot, weather could not be on your side. Or I recently did a photo shoot with babies that didn't want to take pictures. Every job, I don't think I've been on any job that's been easy, and not one of them I can say is worse than the other.
I mean, even if it's not easy, it's still fun though. So
I love what I do.
I would believe I was going to say it has to be something that you're passionate about though.
Extremely. I think I like the chaos. I thrive on the chaos of not knowing what's going to happen. I walk into each event saying, okay, something's going to go wrong, but I'm already ready for a resolution. Like, what's next?
Yeah. So how do you, with that situation, how did you deal with the babies that didn't want to take pictures or smile? Or?
We moved on to the older ones. Gave the baby time to wake up. We were shooting at 8:30. And then the one thing kids love is what? Candy. So you feed them some sugar and then they wake up. Now they running around, they bouncing the ball, and you get the shot.
8:30 for a kid? Nah, he probably was still want some cereal or something.
They were rubbing their eyes and yawning and wasn't having it. It was hot, and they did not want to say cheese. But after a few gummy bears, they was ready.
Yeah. So what pushed you into wanting to be a stylist, or what piqued your interest, and when did it happen?
So for styling, I have to give credit to my mama. She won't let me live. So she's always credited herself for me having some form of style. Though back in the 80s, style was you had to be matching from head to toe. And so now she doesn't really understand that it's more of an art form. It's an expression of one's personality. And so as I got older and started learning who I am and wanting to express myself through how I looked, I fell in love with it. And a lot of people don't really understand what their personal style is. So part of what I do is just getting people to understand the dopeness that's within.
Oh, I might be retro then, because I still match from head to toe. I mean,
it's okay to match, but It's all right to throw some off colors in there and color block and mix prints. It's
I was
okay.
gonna say is that what they call color blocking?
Yes.
Because somebody told me that before, but I was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm just gonna stick to what I do. So
No, color blocking is okay. You can mix prints too. You'll be surprised what you can get away with now. We live in a world that anything goes, honestly.
but see, I don't want to be like the world. I want to be me.
Right.
It's easy to fit in. I be trying to stand out. Like everybody, you see these dudes, they be out here with skinny jeans and all this, you know, they got on like purple shirts with orange pants and stuff, but they saw somebody on TV doing it.
Right. I mean, and that's considered the norm now. There's always the trending things, and then there's the normal things, or what's accustomed, or what we're comfortable with, and then sometimes we got to get out of our box a little bit.
Right.
So I try not to push people too much, but introduce them to something that they haven't seen before, or haven't tried before, and 9 times out of 10 they're like, you know what, I'm okay with this.
So you think there's a difference between being stylish and trendy?
Absolutely. And being in Miami,
what's the difference between stylish and trendy?
I think trendy is everyone sees what celebrities do, right? So we look at the Rick Rosses of the world from a male perspective, and we look at some of these big name celebrities, and if they're wearing all Gucci this month, then everybody's wearing Gucci. Versus style is just being you. So if you're a guy that wears t-shirts and basketball shorts, that's just your style. And you're comfortable with that.
With the flip-flops on.
And you can make it work for you. If you a slouch sock, long socks, character socks, and basketball shoes, then do you. That's stylish.
Yeah.
Trendy is just, hey, if everybody this week is wearing the Gucci slides or the hottest Jordans or whatever Vapor Max came out this week, that's trendy.
Yeah. You think they mix well together? Can you be stylish and trendy?
Of course. I prefer, and my style is to stay away from being trendy. SimplyTiffannie is what it is. It's being simple. And sometimes I think less is best, and you can speak a lot by not doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to stay away from mixing both of them versus being trendy. I may not wear anything that's trending and wear something completely last season, and people like, but that was out a long time ago. No, but I'm gonna rock it now.
Yeah. I don't think, I mean, unless I go to the store and, you know, they say they're having an end of season sale.
Right.
I don't know when styles are in or not. I mean, just the basic stuff. Like, I know they sell jackets a certain time of the year versus, you know, shorts or something, but.
And you'll be surprised. Jackets are sold now in the summer.
I mean, they cheaper.
Right.
But, you know, I don't think, that's the thing, I don't think they put out like stylish jackets in the summer. Cause I think collections and such come out, but maybe you can inform people on the difference between seasonal clothes or something. Like myself, because like I said, I don't know when, like what actual a season is, or is it just like the seasons are like.
It's just like the seasons of the weather. So you got fall, spring, winter, and summer. Unfortunately, if you live in tropical environments such as Miami, you've got an extended summer, a short spring, and a fall, winter, and they kind of roll together.
Nah, we have like 3 hours of winter in Miami.
Believe it or not, we have a winter. We just are not accustomed to dressing like it. When the temperature falls below 70, it's time to break out your fall clothing. Though we feel like when it's
jacket, though.
You don't have to put on a jacket. Fall doesn't necessarily roll into jacket. It could be long pants and a long shirt and putting on sleeves, and also the colors. I won't necessarily wear a yellow, bright yellow summer dress in November. I veer more towards darker colors, darker hues. So the oranges and the browns and the nudes will be more appropriate from like October to December.
Oh, so that's the thing, it's the colors and everything.
Correct.
So what's the summer color?
Bright, because the summer reminds you of the sun, clear skies, flowers. So you want to move towards the oranges, the yellows, the pinks, the purples, bright blues. Those are more of your summer colors.
But yellow, we put on yellow and pastels when it's Easter
in the
time.
spring, but you'll wear pastel yellow versus wearing like a sunshine yellow or neon yellow in the summer.
Oh, see, I don't know. See, I guess I'm not that fashionable then. If it matches, I'm wearing it. I don't know about all no pastel yellows, and if it's yellow, it's yellow.
No, there's different shades.
If the shirt matches the shoes, I'm rocking. So I don't know about all that stuff.
That's okay. It's all good. That's why you hire a stylist.
You know, I thought about that before too. Even if I was like this famous person or something, I don't think I could get a stylist.
Why not? Sometimes a stylist can just be someone that puts the looks together, so you're not standing in your closet saying, "What am I wearing today?" One of the things I enjoy doing is just putting together things that people already have. And the biggest chore, especially for women, is standing in front of the closet and saying, "What am I going to put on today?" So a lot of the stylists or myself as a closet organizer will go in and set the looks together.
Right.
So when I wear this top, I know Tiffany says to put it with this bottom and this bottom, so you don't really have to think so much. It's already set up for you.
See, even with that, I don't mind. I don't mind looking for my clothes or putting my own clothes together, and I start from the bottom.
So you start from your shoes.
Yeah, I start from my shoes, and I don't really, me personally, I don't really buy a lot of clothes. I'll get me some fresh sneakers and some jeans, and I can get me a Arab,
a white T-shirt.
Yeah, I mean, this is Miami, it's an Arab. That's what we call it. Other people call them white tees, we call them Arab. Get me an Arab, and I'm good, like a hat or something, and I'm cool.
But that's still some form of a style. You're putting it together. So even if you start with your shoes, you're already contemplating, okay, what is gonna go with these shoes? You're not gonna just put on anything because you already mentioned that you like to match. So if you got a pair of purple and black shoes, you're gonna make sure that those colors are coordinating with whether you wear denim or black and white. You're not gonna throw on a green shirt with those shoes. So you are taking some time to put the look together.
I mean, I guess,
But if you got a stylist, they walk up to you, you get out of the shower and boom, you're ready to go.
I don't know because I think, so does a stylist do their own thing, or you give them ideas, say, hey, I like these type of shoes, this type of shirt. Because I think my idea of a style is like, I guess maybe with all these celebrities and such, I just be seeing sometimes they just be having some crazy stuff, and I'd be like, man, they paid somebody to put them in that?
Believe it or not, okay, well there's two things to that. Now, a typical personal stylist like myself, I'm not gonna just go buy anything. There is a whole criteria that I go through with my clients. So we go through a questionnaire about what type of clothing do you like to wear. If someone tells me they don't like to wear jeans, I'm not gonna purchase jeans for them.
Right.
If they tell me they only like certain kinds of shorts or certain blends, certain fabrics, then we're gonna create the look based on their preferences. And a lot of these celebrity cases, the stuff that they wear sometimes is because they're endorsing the designer. And so it's a paid thing. So I need to get my piece on this particular person, and hey, it benefits both of us. I'm going somewhere, I need something designer, this person needs to get their name out there, so it's a win-win for both sides. So they wear the crazy stuff a lot of the times because it's a paid for thing.
So like at events and stuff, most times.
Yeah.
But when they just really walking around chilling, they just rocking whatever.
It's their style. Now if they really into that, then they're just gonna let their stylist give them a whole new look.
I still couldn't rock some of that stuff. Like, you watch some of these fashion shows. Well, that's another question I have. I don't know, maybe you probably pay attention more than the regular person. We'll just see a runway situation where they be walking out wearing garbage bags and umbrellas as shirts and stuff. Like, what
Remember,
kind of...
it's an art. So there's some form.
But do they sell that? Like, do people
mean,
walk around wearing that?
Not necessarily. Not if it's a part of their collection, perhaps. A lot of the times they're selling a look. And so it's something artistic about what they're trying to put out to the crowd. Not that they're actually selling a garbage bag, but it's art. It's their expression of what they feel fashion is in that season or for that particular show. It might have been themed. Maybe they wanted them to use certain materials and say, as a designer, I need you to design garbage bags. And then they roll with that.
Oh, see, I thought that was just something that they were selling, because I know in different countries, things are different where, like it's European fashion and all of this other kind of stuff, but I couldn't do it. So I just be like, man, this is some crazy stuff. People have on buckets and
a lot of the time it's just for artistic purposes, not necessarily to sell the clothing. Okay. They might have been given some wild and crazy thing. When you think of the Met Gala, have you ever seen the Met Gala? So every year the designers are given a theme. It's not something you're gonna find in their stores, but that year I need you to do this. And so they've gotta go all out, putting these celebrities in things that are outrageous just to sell the look. They're not necessarily trying to sell the item.
So speaking of the Met Gala, what do you think is the most fashionable event that you've seen?
The Met is the event of the year.
Mhm.
If you can get in it, it's definitely on Simply Tiffany's goals, whether I'm just there on the carpet to watch or one day putting someone in a look. It is the end all be all. You're walking on the carpet, if you're styling for that day, if you're attending, it's a big deal. It's
That's
like
like
the Grammys for fashion.
It's like some invite only type stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if you can get a celebrity to select you as their stylist and you get the designer to trust you to put that look together, you're definitely made a name for yourself.
Yeah. So who's your favorite stylist?
Right now, one of my favorites is Jay Bolin. He is a African American man out of Texas, and he started off in his bedroom, putting looks together, kind of like what I'm doing right now at this stage in my life, and helping people organize their closets. And now he's at a place where he's styling for Tyra Banks, and he also styles a couple of NBA stars. And now he has his own collection. He has a whole fashion house now. He's doing interior designing, so he's really, really making a name for himself.
Anybody else that you would consider like one of your favorites?
I've got a lot of them, but right now he's probably like
Well, give me your top 5.
top 5. So Jay Bolin. There's also Hanifa, which is an African designer. She recently went viral by creating an entire virtual fashion show with no bodies.
Okay.
It went bananas. People just couldn't believe what they were seeing. Who else? Gosh, there's so many. There's a brand right now that I really like, which is called House of CB.
House of CB.
It's a European brand. The reason I like them so much is because they talk to what Simply Tiffany is. It's very simple and very chic, but it says a lot in their clothing. It is a women's clothing line. Very luxury items and classic, but it's out of Europe. Who else? This is, oh God.
You almost there, that's 3.
There are some up and coming designers right now. There's one that's coming out of Miami. Her name is Kiari, and she does shoes.
Right.
I'm really feeling her line, and I hope to see her like get there because it's very unique and eclectic.
Yeah.
And then she's black, so I'm all for the black girl magic.
Yeah, we all for all black people. So.
And finally, oh man, my stylist perspective. There's a stylist, and I can't think of the name off the top of my head right now, but they style Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. And I know it's a little controversial because Dwayne Wade's style has kind of teetered a bit lately, but I like But when they do when they do magazine covers, you don't really see him in the crazy stuff. So I prefer when they style him for those type of events. I can't think of his name right now, but it's also a black guy.
I mean, who would you love to style?
So
if you had to pick one person, like who would you love to put
it
your
sounds crazy,
on?
but I don't really want to. I don't say I don't want to style celebrities because I do, but I really like working with the average person. I get a lot of excitement out of helping people on an average corporate America, a doctor, a lawyer, but someone who necessarily doesn't have time to go shopping. I found the most value out of people who prefer to pay for the services and don't expect things for free. A lot of the times these celebrities kind of expect certain things, and I like people who wouldn't mind paying for the hard work.
I mean, that doesn't sound crazy.
I know most people are like, oh, I want to style a celebrity. No, I just want people who want to pay for the service.
Maybe that's because they want to get their name out there.
And I feel like people don't understand that you can become just as successful without having a celebrity attached to you.
Well, I mean, I guess maybe that's what the name comes from. Simply Tiffany. So where did you get that name from? Like, what made you pick Simply Tiffany, and what does it mean?
It's funny because I was coming off of an end of an interesting relationship and decided I wanted to change my style up a little bit. And my mom said to me, she was like, you know, the one thing about you is you just simply be you. You just simply Tiffany. And I'm like, you know what? I am who I am, and I want people to feel comfortable with who they are. And I just want to help them find who that is. A lot of times we don't know what our style is. We're like, hey, I just like this.
Right.
not realizing that you own a style. That is who you are, and it's an expression of your character.
Right.
And so when people ask me, well, what is it? I'm like, it's just simply Tiffany. I like to keep it simple, and I like to keep it chic.
Was you having to wait in the exhale moment, or you was gonna
Yes.
cut all the hair off and burn up the car?
Not necessarily.
Oh, okay. But a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. So what do you feel like your mission is as far as like fashion? I know what you say, long term you really want to get to the Met Gala, but I mean as far as just what you do, like what would you say is a mission in fashion?
Right now, I like to start designing.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been playing with that a little bit and hopefully getting with a seamstress and starting to look at fabrics and put out a collection. And then also just getting to a place where I work with a lot more brands. I enjoy working with up and coming businesses that are trying to get their names out there.
Right.
So helping them create a brand story.
Right.
So that's kind of my mission right now.
But I mean that's a good thing for both parties. Like if they're starting and you're starting, and then both of y'all get y'all name out there, so
Exactly.
it look good on both of y'all resume.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
So I mean, speaking of goals, what goals, long term, short term, do you have? I mean, as far as what you're doing with yourself and the SimplyTiffannie brand.
So a couple things. From the event side, I'd like to eventually become featured in the Be Collective magazine, which is a huge event magazine. The company's based out of Atlanta, and a lot of the best, and it's black. And I'm all about promoting melanin magic. So if you are a black event planner and you do anything in that industry, it's definitely a publication you want to be a part of.
Right.
Also, I have recently ventured into becoming a wedding officiant because I enjoy bringing people together in love. Yeah. So that's my newest venture.
Aww.
And I hope to take that to the next level as well, because I can kind of make myself a one-stop shop for brides, where I can marry them and plan and coordinate everything at the same time. So the lifestyle curator. Absolutely.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, that's a whole plan then. I mean, it's definitely. I don't think I know. Well, when you hear the term stylist, I think a lot of people have a perception. Well, what would you say is a lot of misconceptions about stylists? I mean, I guess with anything, there's pros and cons to it.
Right. Well, first of all, that stylists, a lot of people think that you have to necessarily work in luxury brands. I think a stylist can work with anything. So from the garbage bag to the red bottoms, a stylist can put together a look and tell a story. And that's really what it is.
You're going to have to sell me on the garbage bag. I can't do the garbage bag.
The misconception is that stylists aren't easygoing,
right,
and they aren't humble people. When they think of stylists, they think of celebrities and working with a certain attitude. They expect for you not to understand. Most people don't know what fashion is, and I kind of take myself away from that. I'm just like your personal, I'm your personal curator. I'm there to put the pieces together to make the presentation look good.
Right.
You walk into a gallery, the job of the curator for the museum is to make sure that the pieces are placed appropriately to catch the eye, and that's really what a stylist is.
Well, I mean, you said something that just brought something to my mind. I know you said nothing's really easy, but I'm pretty sure you've had people that were very easy to work with and people that were very difficult to work with. So give me a situation where it was like very, very difficult to work with a person without giving, too much information. I mean, you don't gotta name them or anything, but just, I guess, what happened.
I can say that I have been blessed. I haven't had an extremely difficult client. I've had some very particular clients where they have champagne dreams, and us wedding planners talk about it all the time, on Schlitz malt liquor budgets. So it's nice to want, it's nice
It's gonna have you feeling good though.
It will, but at the end of the day, you're gonna wake up with a headache because it wasn't done right. So, I think I've run across some brides who expect a whole lot. They really don't understand what it takes in putting it all together. When they think of a wedding planner, they think of, okay, it's the day of, I walk in, my room is set, I get married, we have a party, and it's great. But behind the scenes, there's so many details between making sure that vendors arrive on time and that everything is in place, that the bride and groom are on time. A wedding planner becomes a mom, a dad, a grandparent. I've dressed brides, I've held hair when they throw up because they're nervous. I've had to talk some off the ledge because they're ready to walk away from everything. You know, grooms that have partied too much and can't get there on time, and you hoping he not gonna change his mind. Moms who hate everything that the daughter picked out for the wedding day because she wasn't involved. You know, you'll be surprised. You know, you listen to tears, and you know, you become their therapist, and it's a lot. They think, oh, I'm paying you X amount of dollars, but they don't understand how many hours you really take out of your own personal life and put into making that one 15-minute ceremony become the biggest moment of their lives.
I mean, I guess going back to the beginning, you know, like I said, I'm pretty sure it has a lot of passion, has a lot to do with passion then.
Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, I just want people to be happy. I believe in the power of love overall, and so I love what I do, and I love seeing other people in love. And so whatever I can do to make the day go off seamless, that's what I'm all about.
Well, I mean, you want to shout out to your Instagram page, anything like that?
Well, we are in the world of social media, so on Instagram, you can find me at SimplyTiffannie, SimplyTiffannie. It's the same on Facebook as well.
Okay. Any shout outs to anybody you want to, you know?
Shout out to the village. I work with some amazing vendor partners, and they keep me grounded. They keep pushing me. People, when I told them I wanted to become a wedding officiant, was like, what? Like, what else are you gonna do?
The village, what is the village?
Those are my people, my florists and bakers and people who just are surrounding me in love and support.
Oh, okay.
So my friends, the village.
Oh, okay. Like it takes a village.
It takes a village.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, we appreciate you for coming by and everything, and you know, having this conversation. I learned a lot, you know, so about different hues and pastels and, you know, seasonal situations.
And garbage bags.
Nah, we still ain't rocking with the garbage bags, but you know, so you know, this is Simply Tiffany.
Thanks for having me.
You know, appreciate you coming. You know, support her, and you know, you might want to get married. You might need to be styled for an event, for a photo shoot.
For anything. Yeah, I can even change their work look. Sometimes people start a new job and need a new look.
Oh, okay. So, you know, anybody out there, any, you know, clothing designers or anybody, you know, looking for anybody to get involved with or need somebody to come aboard and help them out, you know, here she is. So just reach out to Simply Tiffany. You know, she gave you the information. We'll definitely post it as well so you can have that information. So, you know, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with people, because we just need support like anybody else. Absolutely. You know, so that's what we're here for. So signing off from the Too Cool Effect Podcast is Simply Tiffany and Too Cool. So, you know, stay cool out there, people.
Yeah, you know who it is though. Cool.